What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Hot Commodity NC, and today you are checking out WWE NXT Deadline 2024, our official recap of that pay-per-view. NXT Deadline was the last official WWE pay-per-view of the year, and it is live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And to kick off Deadline, we have the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. The winner of this match gets a shot at NXT at the NXT Championship. And our competitors in this match are Javon Evans, Wes Lee, NXT Tag Team Champion Nathan Frazier, All Ego Ethan Page, and the surprise appearance from Oba Femi. Wesley and Javon Evans start. Lee rolls up Javon's for a three. Evans is in the penalty box. Nathan Frazier then comes out, followed by Ethan Page. Frazier rolls up Page, and Page immediately goes into the box. Page rolls up Frazier. Frazier goes into the box. We then see all the men kick each other. Oba Femi then comes out. Femi uppercuts everyone. Femi pins Javon Evans. Evans goes into the box. Javon Evans swanton bombs off the box onto everyone. All the men have 1 point. Page rolls up Oba. Evans rolls up Page. Both Oba and Page are in the penalty box. Oba lands a double choke slam to Frazier and Wes Lee, and Oba gets a double pinfall, so he now has 3 points. Javon Evans lands a flying cutter, but Javon Evans runs out of time, and Oba Femi is the Iron Survivor. He will take on the NXT champion. I'm assuming at NXT New Year's Evil, but Oba Femi was a surprise entrant. A decent match, nothing really great. Oba Femi is just impressive. I feel like he and Wes Lee and Javon Evans did the best work in this match. Again, basic opening match, and the women's Iron Survivor was a bit better. But I'm not a big fan of these Iron Survivor matches because it's like a 25-minute match and nothing really happens throughout the match. Some crazy moments, but basic start to Deadline. Next up, we have the NXT Underground match, Lola Vice versus Jaida Parker. Lola kicks Jaida Parker out of the ring onto the guards. Lola applies a triangle lock and then kicks at Jaida Parker. Lola hits kicks to the chest, and then Lola accidentally hits a spinning fist into the ring post. Jaida Parker lands a hypnotic to the hand of Lola. Parker then ties Lola up with a black belt and pulls her into the ring post. Parker then lands a teardrop to Lola Vice onto the ring steps. Lola locks in a sleeper hold. Jaida lands a German, but Lola hits a spinning back fist, applies the Anaconda lock, and Lola Vice defeats Jaida Parker in NXT Underground. Lola Vice is still undefeated in this type of match. And I'm a big Lola Vice fan. I'm a big Jaida Parker fan. Lola Vice is giving me big UFC vibes, the way she is beautiful but also tough. And I'm a big fan of these NXT Underground matches. A lot of crazy stuff happens in here. Jaida Parker held her own, did a good job as well. I was rooting for Parker, but we did see Lola Vice get the win here. Moving on, we have the NXT Tag Team Champions Axiom and Nathan Frazier defending against no quarter catch crew members Tabian Heights and Miles Bourne. Frazier immediately tags an Axiom because Frazier was hurt from that match earlier on in the night. Axiom applies an octopus to Miles Bourne, and Nathan Frazier lands a drop kicks. That's when OTM come out, and Tabian Heights belly to bellies Frazier from the ring onto OTM on the floor. Tabian hits a Dominator Nathan Frazier for a two. Axiom sends Miles into Tabian on the floor. Nathan dives onto both and then lands a springboard 450 splash for a two. Axiom hits a springboard 450. Nathan hits a Phoenix splash 2 count. Axiom accidentally missile drop kicks Nathan Frazier. No quarter catch crew and a double cutter to Axiom for a two. Axiom hits a Canadian destroyer to Tabian Heights and rolls up Miles Bourne, and Axiom and Nathan Frazier retain the NXT tag team titles. This is an actually very good tag match. I didn't really think much of No Quarter Catch Crew, but it was a decent match. I enjoyed Axiom and Nathan Frazier's high flying ability, but the powerhouse behind Tabian Heights, he's in Japan, doing a lot over there. Miles Bourne doing well too. Great tag team match, and one of the matches of the night is definitely for me here. Next up, we have the NXT Champion Trick Williams defending against Ridge Holland. Trick tosses Ridge Holland to the ring post and hits a neck breaker for a two. Trick hits a twisting neck breaker and a Saito suplex. Ridge drops Trick Williams across the ropes and hits a neck breaker for a two. Ridge then traps Trick Williams upside down in the corner and chokes him, lands a splash. Trick then hits a bookend for a two count. Ridge tosses Trick into the ring steps, and then Trick backdrops Ridge Holland off the announce table. Trick Williams' neck gets stuck in the ropes, a la Mankind back at In Your House Mind Games. Ridge then lands a Redeemer for a two. Trick lands a trick kick, and then the trick shot, and Trick Williams retains the NXT Championship in a hard fought match. Not a great NXT Championship match, but a decent match. They both did good here. And I'm excited to see Trick Williams versus Oba Femi. I think that will happen. I think that will take place at NXT New Year's Evil, but we'll have to wait and find out. We then see Ethan Page backstage, and he's upset about losing, and he says, "I just don't know if I can do it anymore." And Ethan Page walks off. We don't know what he means by that. We then see Ava backstage. Tiffany Stratton shows up and tells Ava that at New Year's Evil she will show up, and it might be Tiffy time, and she might cash in on the NXT Women's Champion. Interesting to see Tiffany Stratton on NXT. I like the fact that she could cash in on anybody. Interesting, but I highly doubt it's going to be on NXT. We made it to our main event, the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. The winner will take on Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's title at NXT New Year's Evil. We have Giulia versus Wren Sinclair versus Stephanie Vacquer versus ZARIA versus Sol Ruca. And a really good match. Sol Ruca stood out the most to me with the high flying moves. All the women were tied up one apiece. And then Giulia knees Zarya and gets a second point. And this match is crazy. We saw Sol Ruca do two Soul Crushers. But you got to see Zarya get power bombed through a table. Crazy stuff here, but in the end, Giulia was able to land a running knee to Zarya, get the pinfall, and Giulia will take on Roxanne Perez at NXT New Year's Evil. This is my very quick recap of NXT Deadline. It was a decent show, nothing great. Honestly, I don't really feel like WWE went out with a bang with this pay-per-view, but it was okay. My favorite matches were the tag match, the underground match, and the women's Iron Survivor. I felt like last year's matches were better, but a decent deadline, and I'm excited for New Year's Evil. So until next time, everybody stay safe and stay uncensored.